All right, so today we're going to do 7.2, which is using more exponent rules, but today we're going to focus on the ones that involve division. So when we do multiplication, we add. When it's a power to a power, we distribute and multiply, right? So for these, if it's multiply and we add, then when we divide, we subtract. Okay, so when dividing powers of the same base, you subtract the exponents. Now we're still going to divide the numbers out in front like our coefficients, just like we did it with multiplication. All right, so for this part, example here, a to the m over a to the n. Bases, again, have to be exactly the same, okay, to be able to subtract the exponents. So that gives you m minus n. So an example with these would be a to the 7th over a to the 5th. A's, again, are the same, so we subtract our exponents, and our answer would be a squared. Okay, so same kind of thing here. X and x, so let's subtract. X to the 11 minus 3, and 11 minus 3 would be 8. So x to the 8th would be our answer. Okay, here's an example of one with coefficients. So these numbers are not exponents, so we're going to divide like normal, just like when we did the multiplication earlier. So 6 divided by 2 gives me 3, and then 4 with a 1 on the bottom would be x to the 4 minus 1. So we have 3x to the 3rd. Okay. Here you have more than one variable, but we're still going to do like terms only, or like bases. So this would give me x with 8 and 2 here. So x to the 8 minus 2, and then we have y to the 3rd. So simplified, x to the 6th, y to the 3rd would be my answer. Okay, so when we multiply, we add. When we divide, we subtract. Now, this is an example of one with 3 over 6. If I typed it in my calculator, I would get a decimal. So when it's fraction format, we want to type it in as a fraction using your ABC button, right? And then your calculator will simplify the fraction for you. So 3 over 6 actually gives you 1/2. And then when we subtract 9 minus 2, we get a to the 7th. Okay, and this one has two variables, top and bottom, so we're going to subtract both. X's would be 7 minus 4, so that would be x to the 3rd. And y's would be 5 minus 2, so that would be y to the 3rd as well. Okay, pretty simple. Again, just the opposite of what we've been doing. Now, adding in parentheses means we're going to do the same thing that we were talking about earlier with parentheses. We're just going to distribute. So distribute the power to both the numerator on the top and the denominator on the bottom, and then simplify if you can. So if this is a over b to the m has to go to the top and down here to the bottom. So a to the m over b to the m. This example of a variable, so x squared up here, 2 squared down here, and then simplifying further, we can do 2 squared, so that gives me 4 over here. So x squared over 4. If it's on the bottom, it's got to stay on the bottom unless you're simplifying it further, okay? So number on the outside here is going to go to everything on the inside. So 2 up top, and y down below. All right, so this is a little 1 here. So I have 2 to the 3rd, y to the 21st over y to the 15th. Now, y is on top and bottom, means we simplify those, and I have 2 to the 3rd I can type in. So 2 to the 3rd gives me 8, and then subtract my exponents since it's division. So 21 minus 15 is y to the 6th, and I can't go any further. Okay, same thing here. 4 goes top and the bottom. So on the top, I have x to the 8th, y to the 12th, because I'm multiplying, remember, to get started. 4 down here would be x to the 4th, y to the 8th. Now it's division, so I have to subtract my exponents. So x's would be 8 minus 4, which would be to the 4th. Y's is 12 minus 8, which is also to the 4th. Oops. So my answer, x to the 4th, y to the 4th. Okay. Doing great. Last two. Same thing here. Distribute all the way across top. And then this one, distribute all the way across the bottom. All right, so I have 3 squared x is 2 times 2, so 4. And then y squared, because that's a 1 there. Across the line here on the bottom, we're going to have 2 squared again and x squared. Okay, so if I solve these and simplify, 3 squared gives me 9 over 2 squared gives me 4. And now we have to simplify. So 4 minus 2 for my x's is x squared. And then y didn't have anything, so it's just y squared as well. Okay. All right, last one. I'm actually going to do this one the other way, and I'm going to simplify inside here first and then distribute after I'm done. Kind of the other way that you can do these. So I'm going to divide. 6 divided by 3 gives me 2. Then I'm going to subtract. 3 minus 1 gives me a squared. B's would be 2 minus 1, which would just be b. Now, that's still in parentheses, and now this guy is going to come down here and be on the outside, and now I'm going to distribute. So you can do it either way each time you do these. 2 to the third, a is 2 times 3, so that's 6, and then b to the third. And now I can simplify that, which gives me 8. So 8, a to the 6th, b to the third. Okay? Pretty simple.